So yesterday, President Trump met with the South African president at the White House. And while they were there was a reporter that asked what would it take for him to acknowledge that there was genocide occurring against white farmers in his country, to which the South African president replied that, that wasn't occurring, and that he had some officials at the White House with him, and if that were true, they wouldn't be with him. And then our president, like the G that he is, had the lights dimmed and showed video evidence of reportedly white genocide occurring in South Africa. And what I find very telling was the South African president's body language. I mean, he was so uncomfortable when that video started playing. He looked at Trump like, oh my God. And then he, looked to the right, looked to the left, crossed his leg, uncrossed his leg, looked straight forward, didn't even look at the video. Yeah, very telling. Meanwhile, our president was digging the scene with the gangster lean. It just seems more like the 2030 agenda in full effect, you guys. Now they're, promoting racism against white people when black people have been the victims of racism forever. So now we're all victims of racism. Everything is backwards. They want men to be women, women to be men, children to be able to decide their gender at 4 and 5 years old. They want to destroy the nuclear family, which is why they pull the LGBT or push the LGBTQ agenda everywhere. Okay, because it's all about depopulation and domination. But what I find most interesting is while they were talking about genocide, you have a reporter that wanted to bring up the fact that Trump received a plane from a different country as a gift. Okay, first of all, we can give a damn about President Trump receiving a plane as a gift from another country, which was really for the U.S. military, not for Trump. When you have had 40, 50-year politicians that have been receiving gifts from other countries for decades while selling out our country. Okay, you didn't want to talk about USAID. You didn't want to talk about ActBlue and how they've been spending our tax dollars on transgender and animal research. But you try to find anything that you can against our president, who we voted for in a landslide. I always have to keep, pushing that out there to let you know that your bullshit agenda is no longer effective. But at any rate, you guys, it's just crazy how the left always seemingly wants to ignore the important issues and major on the minors when it comes to our president. Hence the reason why them and their bought and paid for media is in perpetual decline.